Hi, this is Tanya Taylor Rubenstein, the solo performance coach, and I'm here on my deck by my studio out here in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and it's a gorgeous August day. And yesterday I got motivated and put up one of my old videos from last winter when I was first playing around with my iPhone on Facebook, and I realized that I have to do more of these. One, because I enjoy them, and two, I want to put some more information about solo performance and solo performance coaching to you all who may benefit. So what I thought I'd talk about today is point of view in a solo show. One of the big red flags for me, actually, after working with people and their stories for so many years, is when people say, oh, I've had such an interesting life. People are always telling me I should write a book or write a show based on what happened in my life. Now, what I found is occasionally, this is true, and somebody has had such an extraordinary, unique, odd experience in their life that the story is in itself enough and compelling enough to create stage-worthy material for a solo show. But more often than not, many other people have had those same kinds of experiences. Ultimately, it's not what has happened to you, it's your particular point of view on it, your unique perspective that makes it funny, sarcastic, ironic, compelling, poignant. It's the marriage of your story and an event that happened with your unique take on life. And frankly, some people have more interesting takes on life than other people, naturally. And if you're going to do a solo show, you must find something that is in service to your audience, that's going to make your audience laugh or cry, that's going to engage them and grab them. So it's not enough, especially at this point. I mean, some years ago, I was just talking with another wonderful solo coach recently who's moved to Santa Fe from the Bay Area. Her name's Christine McHugh. And we were sitting there having lunch, both of us having worked on so many solo shows, talking about this. The big topics, the big archetypal topics have, for the most part, been done. So, the story of the father and suicide, and the mother and suicide, and the cancer stories, the breast cancer stories, they, they've all they've all been done many times over at this point. So something that was very new and fresh 10, 15 years ago, a lot of those topics, especially based on very challenging, overcoming obstacle type life experiences with an illness, a mental illness, a death, and some of these very successfully turned into solo shows that have been done at fringes and fringe festivals. But right now I notice the new trendy show that I'm noticing all over on websites for fringe festivals, and I had two people come work with me this winter on this, is about ayahuasca. All of a sudden doing ayahuasca and having spiritual journeying trips is a big topic. Well, I want to tell you, TJ Daw has already done that show very successfully in Canada. Now, but how can you come at something like this with a unique flavor, so there is a freshness, there is a newness, if one of these things is your topic? And I'm somebody who's worked with hundreds of people with cancer doing their own unique cancer monologues, and really worked very hard to support each one in having a new story. And that's the piece where it's your own heart, it's your own twist on things, it's your own weird way of seeing the world, whether that's from a spiritual perspective or, I remember this one woman I worked with years ago. It was just such a cool piece she did on cancer, and she did this thing about wanting to have tattoos of the map of the world put on her where her breasts have been, and give her this topography. And this one insight about tattoos led her into a very unique telling of a story of breast cancer. And so you have to find your own weird, quirky way that's going to be compelling to an audience. Because if you're doing an archetypal human story, it's been done before. But if you think about it, in this form, we're maturing. Solo performance is maturing as a form right now, and I'm sorry I'm all over the place. I'm looking at the background and can see that I'm just moving the camera myself all over my deck. But we're maturing as an art form. See, there were always tribes sitting around fires, and in egalitarian cultures, in farm cultures, there were always people sitting around the campfire telling stories. But as a theatrical form, as a contemporary theatrical form, it's really only been in about the last 30 to 40 years that it has emerged, the whole the formal presence of a one-person show in the contemporary sense, be it Spalding Gray at a desk or John Leguizamo, in a very physical, character-driven piece, Julia Sweeney with her funny, quirky, weird, ironic take on things in life. Mike Daisey, who's really doing contemporary, to me, political theater, because he always has to have a cause, at least thus far, and maybe his work will change and mature as well. But he does things around a cause. Anna Devere Smith, some of my own dear friends doing this work. Gray, a solo performer I worked with in the Bay Area, who's fabulous. Tracy Aaron Smith up in Toronto, an incredible solo performer and solo performance teacher. What makes them unique is their point of view. So I'll be talking more on a future video on how do you discover and develop your point of view if you're not sure what it is, because that is key to your piece. The story itself is not enough. Okay, more to come. Bye-bye.